regardless of who's playing what.
The regions have definitely stepped up, and I really like to see it. I mean, I see every week we get Mexico and ICFC like coming down on the tournament every time and really making their presence known. So I really attribute that to the game and like its staying power and people liking it. But here we go. Best Ram NA, I believe. Supernoon going up against Lord Knight. Man, I've ran into Lord Knight in a bracket or two myself. This is the battle of the Steves. I just thought about that. This is four times.
There's four Steves here.
There's Steves here right now.
There's 2 Steves on commentary, 2 Steves in the match. It's Steveception in a world. You'd love to see it. But I think both these players really fun to watch because of their movement. I think Lord Knight has the cleanest movement, I think, out of any player. His movement is very impressive, very conscious, right? He thinks a lot about where he moves on the screen. And Supernoon, being a Dragon Ball player, movement is key in that game, right? I think more than anything else, where you are on the screen is such an important thing about the game. And so you will notice in Supernoon's play a lot of emphasis on his movement and his spacing because that is such a key part about Dragon Ball. And you see the IED backs and stuff to be part of it, as Lord Knight is stuck. Just been in the corner the whole time.
I was actually about to say, you was talking about Dragon Ball and blocking, and Supernoon had my man in a Dragon Ball block screen for the longest time. Great jump up and air throw, and been using a lot of throws on offense just to keep the pressure. Close S for the Oki just to see how Lord Knight will react, and just able to find an opening. Gets through right here.
Yeah, empty low. I love that round start option, by the way, from Lord Knight. He's very smart about mixing between 6P and sweep, 2S, air dash, jump back. Like, he rotates really well, and he knows the right option to beat the right thing.
Ooh,
extremely calculated.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
You're completely right.
Oh, a little bit of a miss there from LK. Probably supposed to be a 2K after, while burst from Supernoon down a lot.
2K gets the sweep, stays in front with the slash disc. Hair card to the corner, jump 5P, makes it lift, gets out of the corner. There's the air dash with that R slash again, catches the back dash with the far S, and that was a long perfect at that.
Yeah, it's one of those I didn't get to play, but I did play for a long time rounds. You know, you were alive for a long time, but not doing too much. And again, I like that, Lord Knight is not getting under and contesting Supernoon that much because of Ram Jump H. Doing a good job of kind of evading it and then respacing out. Yeah, you see how he doesn't even try, right? He's not even trying to run under it.
Yeah, just doesn't even approach it, actually, which you should, because I'm going to tell you right now, Jump H has a lot of priority. And if she can make you block, that's really going to start her pressure, especially if she's going to make you block the sword and get to the corner. Fights back to the middle of the screen.
And okay, missed a bad moon there. Oh, and then again.
Dotto blocked.
Yeah, Noon has no sword here, though, which is really important. Oh, baited!
Hair card to
the corner. This is big. Yeah, this should wall spot. This should be the kill with the dust, or just goes for the 2H. I love it. LK, clean bait. Just like dashed up, backdash. And again, the movement from this player, right? I think LK in particular is extremely clean and very aware of where he is on the screen at all times. It is so hard to find him putting himself in a bad position, right? He really moves with this character in a way that makes you think, like, I can never put you in a bad position, right? So it's so hard to catch him off guard or in a bad spot. And right there, he just happened to be, again, in the right place at the right time. Baits the burst, and then that'll do it.
LK, Lord Knight has been a long time Melia player. So the movement, of course, it's going to be crispy. And just a lab fiend. I always go to LK stream and I just look at him lab stuff. Like, he's one of those people that labs and he takes notes. Like, he'll literally write it down. He's like, all right, now that I know those paths, let's go to these paths. So a very calculated player. Not surprised in the least that this guy's made it to the top 8. I want to see what Supernoon is going to do. That first round was looking so solid. Nothing but throws to get it, but ended up falling short in that first one. Let's see what happens in the second game.
Oh, that run under was so good, too. Just so aware of the position. Doesn't wall break, instead goes for Oki here. And, you're taking on the 30% before the wall. Yeah, this is going to be splat. And great position there for LK. Yeah, even after the whiff 6H, she gets close left. Great position there for LK, and just really took advantage of it.
SH right there. Oh, not ready. Not ready for that. Okay. Yeah, uses that phase through, and a lot of people get caught off guard, right? The new roll has a new animation, and you can throw it on reaction. The problem is, you got to react to it. So, and that's not easy, especially when you're looking at like Melia up close. She can end streams with that block stream disc, and you have to hold a nice conversion on both sides. Catch the quick tech. Oh, what an answer to that 5B right there. 2K gets the knockdown, and Lord K fights himself out of the corner. And look at the chase down from wall to wall.
And despite getting hit, there was actually good Supernoon defense from Supernoon by FDing, because the FD forced LK to be in a range where Far/H came out and he couldn't combo after. So, you know, even though he got hit, like, the defense earned him a way out of that, even if it's just a little bit of damage taken.
I like that
BRC
blue
attempt.
RC. Yeah, to get out of the corner and be away from that explosion as well.
Yeah, it was a good use of meter when you don't really have anything else to use it on in that position. You kind of just have to force your way out. Oh, burst doesn't go for it. Yeah, in that position, it's kind of hard to find it. And sometimes, you know, it's like one of those games where you're like, I think that you think that I think that you're going to burst. So I'm going to think to bait the burst. And then you just do the combo and they die.
It's very easy to like overthink a lot of situations in gear now. Bursts are a lot more prominent. I feel like on both sides, right? You can punish gold burst now. Those things make a big difference when it comes to bait and burst. You got to be a lot more careful when you put yourself in these positions. Like, all right, an optimal burst, or I guess a predictable burst, can get you in a lot more trouble, like you said right there. And you don't see a lot of people use like blue RC to get punishes at all, in all honesty, but just using it to evade stuff like we saw just there, or using it to move into range to get punishes for some situations is likely where the game is going to go. I've even seen matches where people just use it to like evade air throws, and it looks so cool. You just see and being able to call it out, like you said, the I know that you know that I know really does add a lot to the meta that we have going for Guilty Gear so far.
Yeah, and it's really cool too, because, you know, in that kind of position, when you're like a new player, it's like, oh, this is an obvious spot, don't burst here. And then you just watch people do it at high level play, and you're like, you told me that I'm not supposed to burst there, and then they just do it anyway. You're like, well. And a quick 2-0 from LK, honestly, just I think really showing off some clean play. And Supernoon, you know, he's had some good offense, but has not found his footing in the same way that LK has with his own pressure.
Yeah, that's one of the problems, right? Like, Milia is like, you have to catch me. And Ramlethal's movement is really good. It's more about getting that hit and opening them up. Speaking of which, big damage on the wall. Milia still has meter. Air dash, makes her block the H. Nice confirm here. Supernoon with some changes and a lot of life left up on that bar this time.
Yeah, definitely looked much better, and I think, you know, we haven't seen a long like corner sequence in a while. This is good.
This is gonna hurt. Yeah. Reset gets the close S into sword anyway, and the bar is still draining. Look at the damage though.
Yeah, no super, but oh yeah, I like that 6P also. This is gonna combo, keep this burst safe. Yeah, I mean, check and mate. Nothing you can do there if you're a Lord Knight. You're just dead in that position. And like the funny thing is you know, in that corner position, you saw Supernoon drop his combo. He does run up close slash and then just throws another sword, like delays it, or just goes for pressure, right? So some characters can choose to do that, right, in their routing to keep the corner rather than break the wall temporarily, right? It usually breaks on the next hit or something. Right?
No, that's true.
And in that position, like, then we saw the hit mid screen, and it's like, well, sword toss. Like, what are you gonna do about it? You have your burst, but you might as well not have it at that point.
It's a lot of strings that Ram has that is burst safe. You blocking sword in the corner most times is burst safe. So any Ram, especially, you know what I'm saying, somebody like Supernoon, they're going to be looking for that. And if you're fighting, the thing, and the major difference is, if you're fighting a Ram, you can definitely explode. But even if you're Milia, you're definitely going to explode. If you get like, it's one of those situations. So it's more about like the cat and mouse game of it. Ram has great air movement as well. She has those swords to lock you down. But Milia's movement is super important. And Lord Knight has some of the best.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, I love the way like LK ran under Ram. So it was like, okay, I'm gonna let, you know, you whiff this button this way, and then I'm gonna run under the other side. You see, again, runs all the way under Ram and just says like, okay, this is the height where now I feel comfortable. Ooh, that was gonna be nasty. Actually, it would have hit Noon if the button didn't whiff there. There's a throw into the corner again, and that's a punish.
SH not close enough. Goes for that roll once again. No hair car. 6K. Bad situation right now. Didn't get opened up after blocking it.
I love that 6P too. Looking for the double air dash. Again, it's going to be a close slash. Yeah. I mean, at that range, it's really, you know, hard for you to beat anywhere else. LK is just standing on you. That close slash goes so high, right? It's a really high hitting anti-air. Very solid move.
6P gets the knockdown. Blocks the dust. I like
the stagger and the challenge ready from Supernoon.
2P, little dash for 6P, I think, to get out of the range of that explosion. Still in control of the corner, though. Big counter hit. Dotto to get the pop-up. 6H to get the corner again, and there's another opening. Supernoon in the lead right now. Going to spin the Supernoon.
That is a mistake. You got to spin the super right there, I think, in that case. Or at least do something a little bit higher damage to try to get the kill. It's unlikely it matters in this well.
I was going to say, I don't think that's the case. If Amelia gets a hit right now, the knockdown vortex can be dangerous. The knockdown vortex for Amelia can be very dangerous. And you, okay, defensive out. There's the first bad moon. But still,
okay, he doesn't even have to win this round. If he gets a burst, he's got to feel really good about this, right? And Supernoon's really trying to hold on to it, but it might be detrimental if he does. There's some meter gone. Okay, the 5P works out. Man, that was incredibly scary for Noon.
That was terrifying. That was actually terrifying.
Yeah, and I mean, in that case, it's too high to do the supers, right? But you got to do a more damaging jump move and hope it kills than jump P, maybe.
I definitely just would have used that. I would have used that tension and used the overdrive, use that super on the wall, get that damage. And you would have had better Oki as well. Okay, close
that
ass.
was so good, yeah.
Oh,
Lust shaker. Yeah. At that range, I think you kind of have to. You don't want to throw a disc.
No salt, no pepper, just lust. Oh,
good season. That was going to be Rekka knockdown too, so I think that burst made a lot of sense from LK there. Oh, man.
Yeah, you got to be careful. That's one of the major things about this matchup and just fighting Amelia. Her Earth superiority, bro, is just too good. Jump S as a confirmed, close S as an anti-air is very strong. Supernoon in a bad situation. Great defense so far. Oh, block on the 6K. He's blocking like a genius right now. The bad moon hits, and that's going to be it. Lord Knight takes it 3-1 over Supernoon, not for lack of trying. The defense in that last half was amazing, but that's the